The Golden State Warriors were able to save over $130 million by trading away just one player at the 2023 trade deadline. The Warriors dealt the former number 2 overall pick for essentially nothing. Back in 2020, when they drafted 7-foot big man James Wiseman over LaMelo Ball, it got mixed reactions. On one hand, you're missing out on a guy who looks tailor-made for your fast-paced, positionless style of play, but on the other hand, he picked up a player with a high ceiling for a position you haven't had a star in years. It's been said that one thing really missing from the Dubs dynasty was having a legit big in the middle of it all. While Draymond Green played the 5 and excelled at it, people still dreamt of an elite big taking advantage of all the space Steph creates. Sure, you've got Bogut, Zaza, Looney, even an injured Boogie fill that role, but with Wiseman, they potentially had the future face of the franchise. Unfortunately, injuries ruined any momentum and confidence that he had, and when he was on the court, everyone realized it was an awkward fit pretty quickly. In his second season, Wiseman was already seen as a bust and had statistically one of the worst individual seasons in the NBA. He also didn't mesh well with Steph Curry on the court, a prerequisite for getting minutes on the team. To be fair though, Wiseman dealt with bad injury issues and still had the potential to become a great asset. So why did they give up on him for just a bunch of second rounders at the deadline? Well, the previous offseason, the Warriors gave both Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins very hefty extensions. Deservedly so, since they were coming off of a championship. But the downside, the Warriors were projected to pay nearly $500 million in future luxury taxes, the highest in the league. Even as much as Joe Lacob wants to spend, they needed to cut that down, and all eyes were on James Wiseman, who was owed $9.6 million this season and $12.2 million the next season. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you take into account their luxury tax situation, the Athletic's John Hollinger calculated that they would save $51 million total in the 2022-23 season and $85 million the next year, a total of $130 million in savings, just from dumping one player. But the best part was the Warriors were able to send him to a team that were well below the salary cap for almost nothing. The Warriors even used the draft capital they gained and acquired fan favorite Gary Payton II back from Portland. Lacob admitted it was tough to give up on Wiseman, worried that Wiseman's still untapped potential could come back and haunt them, but for a team that's already way overspending, saving $130 million from just trading a guy who's getting minutes was a pretty genius move.